When it comes to the issue of abortion, there is a question that we can't escape. What if we're wrong? Maybe a fetus is indeed a person with rights, but maybe it isn't. We just can't be completely sure. Even the Supreme Court acknowledged this uncertainty in Roe v. Wade, famously stating, "We do not know when human life begins." And this is where the stakes get real. We're not just talking about life in some abstract sense, because what does life really mean? It's a little bit vague. But a person, that's more concrete. And if there's even a slim chance a fetus is a person, abortion might be far more than just a choice. This leads us to a critical point. If we can't know for sure, that uncertainty is actually an argument against legalized abortion, not for it. Think about it. When life and death are on the line, don't we usually err on the side of caution? So let's break this down logically. There are 4 possible scenarios here, and each one has its own risks. The first possibility: if a fetus is a person and you know it, then abortion is simply murder. The deliberate act of ending an innocent life you recognize as human. Imagine if a mother claimed the choice to end her toddler's life. Nobody would support that. So if the unborn are just as human as a toddler, choice is not a valid reason to end their lives either. Second possibility: the fetus is a person, but you're not sure. You don't know it's a person, but you terminate the pregnancy anyway. This is what we'd call manslaughter. Not intentional murder, but killing out of a lack of clarity. Imagine that you're driving down a dark road at night. Up ahead, you spot a shape lying across your path. It's hard to make out exactly what it is. Maybe it's an empty coat, tossed out and abandoned, nothing more. But maybe there's a person inside, a bum, passed out or sleeping, huddled up in that coat for warmth. You just can't tell. You don't know for sure if it's empty or if someone's in it. Now, what do? Most people would slow down, swerve, or stop, anything to avoid risking killing someone. The third possibility: the fetus is not a person, and you know it. Now, here's where things get tricky. Scientifically, we know that biological life begins at conception. This is established embryology. Cells divide, grow, and develop. A new distinct human organism exists from that point. So to say a fetus isn't biologically human is hard to defend scientifically. But when it comes to when that human life becomes a person with moral rights and inherent worth, that's an area that science doesn't answer. It's a philosophical debate, not a biological one. Fourth possibility: the fetus isn't a person, but you're not sure. You think it's just a clump of cells, and you're right, but you're a little bit iffy. You go through with it anyway. That is criminal negligence. Like fumigating a building with toxic gas without knowing if it's empty. You think it's clear, but if someone's inside, that's on you. So here's the takeaway. If we're 100% certain there is no human person involved, then there is no moral dilemma. But if there is just a shadow of a doubt, even a tiny chance, it's a risk that we shouldn't take. We don't fire into a bush if there might be a person there. Since science confirms biological life begins at conception, the question of personhood isn't one to brush off. With life at stake, it's safest to protect that possible life. And that's why the idea of abortion should be unthinkable unless we're 100% certain that it's not human.